Say you're interested in cool hunting. You really like the concept of finding the next big thing and hunting for something new and interesting, but you don't really know where to start. Not to worry, I'll share some tips with you of where to look and where not to look. Well, let's start with what you know, your friends. Chances are you know a couple of people who are different, not afraid to express themselves, probably dress differently from everyone else, or are more willing to try new things, are the first ones to buy a new product. So either they're trendsetters or early adopters, but generally speaking, they're gonna be people who are more up on the newest trends than anyone else you know. So a great way to start cool hunting is just by asking them what they're interested in, observing what they're wearing. If they're doing anything that's different, that seems a little bit strange, that's when you really want to start poking it with a stick. You can also start with your local neighborhood. I would recommend sticking to alleyways, going to places where a lot of people socialize and hang out, and looking for small new shops and mobile shops, like food trucks or people setting up tables by the side of the street. Typically, if a store or a shopping center is really established, it's not going to be the place where new trends are generated. That kind of thing is found on the streets or found in very agile type shops that are not yet very established, which means that they're new and that they're probably on the verge of something interesting. Another great thing to do if you want to start out with cool hunting is to talk with strangers. By just asking people, well, why are you wearing this? Or what is that? Or where are you going? You could find out about a lot of really interesting new things that you might not be aware of. You will be surprised by the openness that most people have when they're talking about some new trend that they're really passionate about. So don't be afraid to go up to a stranger and ask him about his cool shoes or ask a woman about her interesting hairstyle. And also, this may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but ask if you can take a photo too. Photo documentation is huge in the world of cool hunting, and most people find it flattering when you want to take pictures of them or their clothes. Now, I mentioned earlier that you should start asking your friends questions when you notice them doing something different or wearing something different. And the same goes with the population at large. If you notice that, say, around your office, people are starting to try new diets, or if everyone's going to a different neighborhood to hang out at night, that's when you should also start asking questions. Why are people changing their behavior? Why are people choosing this new style? By looking for changes and then asking questions about those changes, you'll find a lot of new trends. Finally, don't be afraid to do a little bit of online cool hunting. Much of modern cool hunting takes place on the internet, and you don't have to be in the world's coolest, hippest city to be an amazing cool hunter. That said, when you are engaging in some online cool hunting, make sure that you go to the source when you're looking for new trends. Don't just assume that some coverage on a popular blog is enough information for you really to decide if something's going to be the next big thing or not. One thing that happens a lot online is a bunch of people share the same thing, and you think it's a trend where really it's just some small blip. If a bunch of people share something, it could be a trend, but to be a really good cool hunter, you're going to need to dig down into that. Go to the source, see who made this thing or who started this new development, see what the motivations are behind it, who else is interested in it, and if there is sustained interest. If you discover a lot of original information that supports this supposed trend, you could be onto something. The gist is this: you don't have to do anything crazy to try your hand at cool hunting. Talk with your friends, look for people who are not afraid to be different. Hang around your neighborhood and see what people are up to. Ask strangers questions about their clothes and what they're up to. Look for small new shops that aren't very established. And don't be afraid to poke around online, but be sure to do your own research before deciding whether a trend is big or not. If I could give one more tip, it is to document everything, especially with the camera. The more evidence you can present, the stronger a cool hunter you are. So there you have it. Cool hunting is something that you can do and that you can really enjoy as well. It's a great way to meet new people, discover new things, and really appreciate all of the new and exciting developments this world has to offer. So good luck hunting for the next big thing.